Hi. Thanks for coming in today. We're so glad to have you on the show.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're here to learn a little bit about you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell us about yourself. What makes you you?
I've always struggled with that question. I don't really know how to begin to form this neat and concise presentation about myself.
Well, let's start with some concrete facts then.
Okay, well, my name is Olivia, or Liv to some people. I live in Madisonville, Kentucky with my boyfriend and my 2 cats and my dog. And I'm 23 years old. I don't know if I said that.
It's pretty old. What do you like to do in your free time since you're so old?
I really like live music, so I do go to a lot of shows. I like traveling out of town to our shows with my friends. Reading or watching movies or playing video games. Playing with my cats.
How about we delve a little bit deeper into you?
Well, above all else, I am an idealist and a romantic, and I'm sensitive, and I feel my emotions very strongly.
Sound like a hippie to me.
The past few years have shown me that I do have the power for tremendous personal growth and transformation.
What is something about you that makes you proud of yourself?
I'm proud of the fact that I can follow my own dreams and desires rather than allowing myself to be swayed by what those closest to me want for me.
Would you like to fight? You have to choose between 2. Fight 100 ant-sized lions or 1 lion-sized ant.
The lion-sized ant. This is not beneficial to the interview. We're getting a little bit off track.
Off track, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's just like how I like to express myself.
Okay.
How do you like to express yourself?
I mostly express myself through creation, writing, painting, other creative endeavors.
You sculpt?
No.
Well, I'm sorry to say we're all out of time.
Oh.
But thank you
Okay.
for your time.
Thanks. Yeah.
Stay tuned. We have 2 monkeys fighting a rat.
If you're just tuning in, we are accepting callers for the next 30 minutes. We want to hear what's got you down lately, whether it be your friends, your family, your job. Our ears are open, no strings attached. Call 270-871-1828. Again, that is 270-871-1828.
Caller number 1, you are live.
Hi.
So what's bothering you today?
So I work in a town in Henderson, which, as we know, rural Western Kentucky, it's a relatively low income area, right? But I'm the only body piercer in my town other than a tattoo artist in my shop who also pierces. Demand for piercings in this area is just low, and despite our best efforts to advertise, business is always slow. So really, my biggest obstacle for just furthering my hands-on experience and education is a lack of clientele. Body piercing is not a static skill, so it is crucial that I keep up with my education. There's only one reputable shop within 30 minutes of our shop. Really just makes it that much more difficult for me with the lack of knowledgeable, experienced piercers in this area for me to connect with other piercers in pursuit of my own education. I tend to find myself looking outward for support and information. I mean, even with online education, I am somewhat limited because of my financial situation. Things like paying for APP core courses or subscribing to APP members' Patreon, stuff like that. It's not something that I'm able to do all of the time. And those are all just external factors that have been hindering me or currently are hindering me. But I mean, internal factors play a huge role as well. research burnout, imposter syndrome, just low self-confidence in general. Most days I feel confident and optimistic about the fact that I am learning more and more each day, and with every mistake that I make, that ensures that I won't or am much less likely to make that mistake again. But I mean, every mistake that I make weighs heavy on my mind for days, sometimes weeks afterward. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, caller number one. Have a great day.
Okay, so this is your initial consultation. You don't have to go into much detail, but tell me a little bit about your past.
So 2 years ago, I was in active fentanyl addiction. I've been in recovery for almost 2 years now. I won't go into too much detail of my actual active addiction, but I will say that that epic was simultaneously the bleakest and most comfort-filled period of my life. I say that because I think that's a huge misconception about addiction, is that your rock bottom can also be happy and comfortable.
Okay, great communication. I feel like that's enough about your past now.
Yeah, I mean, another misconception though about addiction is that like when you get clean, your mental health and your life improves drastically. I mean, while that is probably true for some people, all that quitting did for me was remove my number one coping mechanism. My mental illness caused my addiction, not vice versa. Getting rid of my only form of self-medication left me just defenseless, terrified, and vulnerable. My mental health plummeted and I was suicidal for months afterward. Getting clean just put me back into the place I was before my active addiction.
Okay. So what about your life now? How is your current mental health?
I've definitely learned that finding peace sober is a marathon, not a sprint. I've done an exuberant amount of work in and out of therapy to try and combat my mental illnesses the healthy way. I still struggle with depression and anxiety every single day, but I am finally at a point now that I have a sense of peace with my current state of existence. This is mainly due to the wonderful relationship and friendships that I have in my life now. The people closest to me are my biggest supporters and I love them dearly. It gives me hope, which is something that I went without during my active addiction.
It's great that you have hope. What kind of things do you look forward to now?
Yeah, I do have hope for the future, which I envision for myself to be bright. I'm also an avid believer in manifestation. I usually do a new moon manifestation ritual every month to kind of lay out my goals and my plans for the following weeks. I've always wanted to move to a bigger city. I see myself continuing my piercing education, maybe even designing my own jewelry line one day, having lots of fun with suspension and extreme body modifications.
So this video is answering question number 4, which is, why do I feel that I deserve this scholarship? Every fiber of my being constantly hungers for more knowledge. No piercer is perfect, but I'll certainly always strive to be. Having said that, I accept that mistakes must sometimes happen in order to learn and improve. I constantly reassess my piercing methods, always prioritizing client safety and comfort with precision and accuracy at a close second. If I know one thing, it's that one lifetime would never be enough for any one person to gain every bit of knowledge about any one subject. If anyone is going to make the most of the knowledge to be gained at this conference, it's me. Okay, so here's me answering question number 5, which is, why do I need financial assistance in order to attend the conference? Our shop is in a pretty low-populated, low-income area. I have anywhere between 5 and 50 clients a week, but at this point in time, I only have like 3 to 5 on average. So I work on average 3 to 4 days a week at our studio, and then I work at my other job about 2 to 3 days a week, which is in merchandising. Our shop opened in September of 2022, and I started here when it opened. It's been really tough building up a clientele from scratch. I own a house, and between bills and food and gas driving here, which is 40 miles away, I usually have little to no disposable income. So if I were to try to attend this conference on my own, it would take me many, many months of saving money.